today I'm doing my next 2-week flip through of the 100 Days of Less Hustle, More Jesus devotional journal. I'm going to show you my pages I've done for days 57 through 70 in the journal and also in my journaling Bible. So for anyone who is brand new to seeing this book and you're curious to know more information, I will leave links down below in the description where you can purchase your book. You can also see a flip through, extensive review, and also if you missed any of the other flip through videos that I've done, I will have a link to all of those flip throughs as well in the description, so that will help you get caught up if you need it. So let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to try to not keep this too long-winded, as I can do sometimes as I get excited talking about these pages. So today I'm going to start with day 57, and day 57 was Let Him Lead, and I loved this whole loosen my grip, letting go, letting Him take control. And if you're working through Illustrated Faith's devotional kit Storyteller right now, it was really incredible to me how there's like a section in here, several weeks, that really tie into that really well. Letting go, letting God write the story, surrendering the pen, those kinds of things. And so I just love that we kept that same theme here with this one, and loosening our grip. So it's really cool how, God knows what's going to be coming along next. And I just think that's cool how things a lot of times, match up so beautifully. So here is day 57 in my journaling Bible. What I did was just kept it very simple with a pattern like I have been talking about this whole book. And that is just having kind of similar journaling entries, doing mini entries. So I've used a collage art from my Etsy shop, also used a collage art here, layered it with the grid blocks on top, and then the word fetty that I also have in my Etsy shop. So there's a link down below to my shop if you're new here. I do printable designs, and these are some of that you'll find there. One thing that's really cool is if you're going through the book, I have sets of grid blocks and also sets of word fetty or title starters that go along with every single devotional, and you'll find those in my shop as well. And this set, I even have you'll see a colored version and also a black version, and then that way they match up. The colors, you'll notice, as we go along, match up beautifully with each devotional and the little titles. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody is new here. And now we have day 58, and it said the choice is yours. So we have this choice with God if we're going to choose His path or our own. It's kind of that same thing we're talking about surrendering our grip to Him. And so I loved this one a lot. And what my big phrase I took away was I choose you. Am I going to choose my way or His? And I want to choose Him. That's not always easy. So I want Him to help me live with intention of choosing Him. So I use, these are little brushstroke highlighters that are in my Etsy shop, and I just put those down. I love using them in my Bible on clear sticker paper because if you can tell, it highlights that scripture so well and makes it pop. Used grid blocks, word titles, or word fetty from my shop, and then I love using the more or less stamp that I've been using this whole time and adding those words in there so that I can remember what really stands out to me on that day. So if you do want to do a quick flip through, you can just look at these little key phrases, and that helps as well. So day 59 was one thing well. And let me go ahead and we'll flip to Colossians. My big takeaway was simplify and be present. We are, called to simplify, be more present. And so I loved where I said, Lord, this is something you've had on my heart, and I want to be more present with my family and just continue to help me. I used a brushstroke highlighter underneath this little peach color with a grid block, word fetty. And then over here, I had so much journaling in this Bible from other projects, and you'll see I had day 22 up here. So I just shared the page and did day 59 down here at the bottom and just tied it in, with similar colors and stickers and things like that. So these projects are a great time to go through your stash if you have old kits that you didn't use up all the bits and pieces, because there's so many different colors that are used in the book. You'll really be able to use a lot of those in a new and fun way, which I think is really cool. So here we go for day 60. We're talking about the comfort of Christ. I said, help me, Lord, to be sensitive to your spirit and its nudging, and I want to help comfort them. Others that, that you're leading me and guiding me to, or putting in my spirit. I want to be a comfort to them and to those that are hurting. So for this one, this is one of my journaling cards. They're almost like the size of the Project Life journaling cards. I have sets of those in my shop that match this book as well, and I love using them to make just a big statement where I can have plenty of space to journal, make it pop off the page, and then I used a piece of it cut off down here with a collage art underneath, and then just some basic journal I can't think. Just some basic writing and using the word Betty to complete my thoughts. Okay, moving along to day 61. We are talking about stop that leak. So what exactly is this all about? Stop that leak. Oh, let me see. I thought I was on the Proverbs 17. Sorry, guys. I knew I was there. I just skipped the page. Stop that leak. Well, she is saying in this, what changes can I make in my life? You know, that I know I need to be honest, what's going on in my heart, and show me a step that I can take. And she's talking about a dripping faucet. There's, you know, those things that nag at us that we just can't let go of. And so if you haven't read 61, you have got to. I love the way she is able to pull that out about how it will spill over eventually if you don't fix that faucet now, and things that, you know, may be in your heart that you need to change or you know, let the Spirit move and soften those places of your heart. So I loved what she said. I loved the color combo going on this page that was already there. So I just thought, why not bring all that color out and make it pop more? So I used one of my collage art styled Polaroid note cards with a speech bubble and a grid block over the top of it. Used some word Betty, and look at the colors that are already there. So it just popped perfectly. And then over here in my Bible, I used one of the speech bubbles with a piece of my washi strips that are in my Etsy shop with some word titles. Loved using this little typewriter that's from the washi tape from Storyteller. I just thought it popped good with the colors, and that's why I put that in there. So now we go to day 62, and it says just reach out. We never know what a complete stranger, or maybe even our spouse, someone who's extremely close to us, what they may be going through and feeling. And so I loved what she said here about just reach out to others and share his love. You just never know who is watching or who is needing that. Just if it's just a smile, get off your phone and the checkout line and smile at the person in front of you or at the cashier, whoever it is. You never know. It doesn't take any effort. It's just a smile, right? And it makes a big difference. So I loved what she had said here. I layered speech bubbles, grid blocks, some journaling, and over here I did the same thing. And like I showed you that grid block on that other page, or that journaling card, I just used the other end that I had cut off and put it down there. So it doesn't take a lot. Use, like, this could be a scrap piece that you might normally throw away, but I've just layered it down under the speech bubble, and I love how it gives me that color. All right, now day 63, we are together as one, and we're going to go to Revelations chapter 7. All right, and it says here, my prayer was, help me to join with other believers and remember that we're all in this together. We see and hear so much division and strife and just being ugly to others, but let's have more unity and less division. So down here, I have put a little, these are page starters that are in my Etsy shop. I layered those underneath with the grid blocks. This is just a scrap piece of packaging from an Illustrated Faith like stamp set, and that was the backing card. And then this is a brush stroke highlighter. So just using all these little bits and pieces that I have to really just use up all those pieces that I normally wouldn't use, and I would just trash. I love being able to use them in a different and fun way. So day 64, we are called to love. It is time to love, and I love the colors and the design that was already on this page, and so I just kind of played off that. I used some of my brush stroke highlighters. They come in different sizes, and I just put them all through the page. Used this large collage art that I'm in love with one of the note cards over it, because these color combos with this mustard and the aqua just beautiful. And then the peach, I'm telling you, I must be on a peach kick right now because I just love the way that looks. But I loved my takeaway here was to 1, slow down, and for 2, connect heart to heart. And that's some things that she had said, and I just thought that needs to be the big bold point. When I flip to this page, that's what I need to see, more love and less hustle. That was a favorite of mine. And then this one, oh, I love this page too. This was More Than Busy. Let me find it right here. Sometimes I'm the worst about remembering, like, when you have 1 Thessalonians and 1 John and all in the back, I'll flip in the wrong order. But this was More Than Busy, and this was talking about, let's be more than just busy. Let's take time to pause and slow down. And that is okay. And that's what we need to do sometimes. I said, help me, Lord, to pause and choose to speak of the good in my life. We get so busy and we're so worried about all the things that are going on, that we're swamped, that we're crazy, that we're busy, that we forget to slow down, and that, you know, we're not just busy. There are some really incredible gifts that God's given us every day in our life. So for this one, I don't know, I just think with the colors that she used and like this upside down rainbow, that I had to use this little rainbow stamp, which is from the Heart by CC stamp set that Illustrated Faith was selling before. And then I took some little markers and just kind of did like a messy coloring in, shading there with those same colors. Loved how that turned out. Not just busy was my big takeaway, that I needed to pause, and I did the same here, and I just couldn't be happier with the way that journaling turned out. And you know, maybe this rainbow for me a lot of times is when we worked through one of the other Illustrated Faith kits, there was a devotional and revival camp about promises and finding those every day, and the colors of the rainbow, and finding promises that are represented by those colors in your life. And so that's one reason why I use that rainbow, because it was reminding me of a lot of those same things. So now day 66. Oh, this was a really fun page as well. And this one was talking about the gift of presence. How many times do we just need to be more present to people? That's another thing that I'm seeing in this that we just talked about, you know, pausing and all. But I keep seeing this recurring theme here, so I think it's important to mention it. Talking about being more present, to be there for others when they need us most. We have to-do lists, and we all want to get things done, but sometimes that to-do list is just not important. It is not the priority. So I had to play off that. And so what I wanted to do was this presence. This is a hand-lettered style sticker that comes from Illustrated Faith and Dayspring. It's one of their sticker books, and it has lots of different phrases, and this one just worked perfect. So I put this Polaroid note card that has the collage art style below, and then layered the presents and put presents today there. More presents, less distractions. I loved using that little sticker. And then over here, using some of these more purple, like real light toned purple note cards and speech bubbles to make that pop. And then layering it sometimes with just a little strip of colored washi. This is the highlighter washi from Illustrated Faith and Dayspring. I love that too, because it gives a big punch of color that you might want to bring out of the page. Now here's a fun one. Day 67, love this one too. Let's go back to Old Testament and go to 1 Kings, and we're in chapter 19. It says, turn it down. And basically we're talking about the volume. Turn down the volume, turn down the busyness in your life, anything that's maybe keeping you distracted, and just quiet that noise. I said, help me to make quiet time more of a priority, to rid of distractions. And I loved the color on here. So when I saw these colors, it automatically made me think of this. This is a little die cut ephemera piece from the new Beloved Society collection that Illustrated Faith and Dayspring now have. And you can grab these over at Dayspring. I've been talking about them, but this little floral that Beth designed is gorgeous, and the colors tied in perfectly. So I knew I had to use it, and I used one of the little flags from the stickers over here that also is part of her designs. Just love that. So look through anything you have, any supplies. You will be surprised at what coordinates and what really matches good. So now we're going to go to John, and we're on day 68. We're talking about the joy of Jesus. Not that John. I just saw John and flipped way too far back. But we're talking about the joy of Jesus. And how many of us could really just use that reminder when we're bombarded? I know I can. Let's go on our joy journey. We talked about this a little bit with another Illustrated Faith kit earlier this year, but joy for the journey. I want to see my life through God's eyes, especially when I'm feeling all out of sorts, and that's what this was talking about. Seeing our life through the eyes of God and with the joy that He would give us, not just all of the negative things that we may see. So that's why I definitely had to put less negativity there, and loved using this little Polaroid note card to make that peach pop off the page. This is the stickers or the washi tape that came from the Wildflower Devotional kit earlier this year. And then you'll see this is one of those little stickers from that Beloved Society set or collection. Love it, and I'm having fun pulling those in as this really coordinates great with this book. And same thing here, just one of the little note cards, and that Wildflower washi matched beautifully. So now to day 69, life is good. And so let me flip to Psalm 34 real quick. And we are over here talking about being content. Life is good. You see a lot of social media of people having this and that and just more. But I think it's good to just sometimes say, God, help me to have a heart that is content, that there's a peace and joy that comes along with that kind of gratitude and contentment, that I don't need to gain. I don't need more all the time. And I love that reminder. Loved being able to use these, I'm telling you, these little Polaroid note cards with the collage art are starting to become a big favorite of mine, because look at the color and design that gives such a big punch for your book there with the colors that are already so cute with the designs on that page. So that's what I really wanted to stand out with. Be content, content. And then we're on our last day for this 2 weeks, and we're on day 70. So let me flip to Psalm 19, and right here would be day 70. Here was a cool one. I loved the colors all over this page, and we were talking about more than words. And sometimes there is a gift and an anointing in silence. And what she talked about really was having conversations with others, and then there's that maybe awkward moment of silence. Sometimes don't just fill that with blank words or meaningless words, empty words. Sometimes that silence is important, and let God use, or let the Spirit guide you in your conversations, and let Him fill that silence with His presence. And so I loved how the words that she had used to describe a conversation like that, and how often it happens. So good one to read, definitely. And then on this one, with the colors and style that were already down, I used one of my page starters on both entries with a grid block, some little word title starters that I have in my shop. And then what's so fun is I wanted to incorporate, because she talked a lot about conversations we have with others and friends and chatting over coffee, I had to use the Beloved Society washi that's new over there at Dayspring. And I just thought it was so cute to have all the little ladies, as she was talking about having those conversations. So there we go, guys. That is my flip through for days 57 through 70, showing you my pages. I hope you've enjoyed this again, and it's been inspirational to you, maybe to guide you if you're needing any ideas or just some encouragement to keep going. If you are behind, that is okay. There is nothing wrong with that. I get behind at times and catch up, and it's okay. Or if you don't catch up and you just pick up where you're at, that's even better. So no worries there. I hope it'll give you some ideas, and also just, not to beat yourself up. Give yourself some grace, and know that it's okay to keep your entries simple, as I've been doing. And I find great comfort in that, because it makes it so much more doable. So anyways, I will see you guys again very soon. Stay tuned, and I will do another flip through of the next 2 weeks after day 70 once we get to that point in the book. But if you have missed any information about this journal and you want to see the other videos, just head down below in the description. Like I said before, make sure you're subscribed and click that little bell so you get notified when the next video comes out. And I'll see y'all again very soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.